Storm Castle. Nadam's mom and dad had to go away, so Nadam had to stay at Beef and Chip's house. Nadam had a bag with all his things, but he had a big box too. "What's in that big box?" asked Chip. "Wait and see," said Nadam. The children went to Beef's room. Nadam had a big box. He had a big box. He opened it and took out his computer. "Brilliant," said Chip. "I've got some new computer games," said Nadam. "But we can play with them later. I've got something else to play with." Nadam had some robots. "These are great," said Kipper. "I'm going to get one of these, like this. It's my favorite." Beef and Chip had a robot too. They went to fetch it. "We're going to have a great time," said Nadam. Will came to play. He had one of his new toys. It was a special spacecraft. Beef, Wolf, and Kipper played it with all the toys. Kipper said he wanted to be a robot when he grew up. "You can't," said Biff. "People can't be robots." Chip and Nadam played on the computer. One of Nadam's new games was called Storm Castle. It looked exciting. "It's quite hard," said Nadam. "I'll show you how to play. Then you can have a go." "It looks great," said Chip. Everyone watched Nadam play Storm Castle. "You have to go through all the rooms," he said. "But there is danger in every room. Look, in the first room, the floor opened. You could fall through, but Nadam didn't." "That was clever," said Chip. Nadam was good on the computer. He got through all the rooms safely. Chip can have a go next," said Nadam. "You can all have a go if you like." "You're brilliant at it," said Chip. "I won't be very good when I have to have my go." Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. "Oh no," said Biff. "I don't want the key to glow. I don't want a magic adventure. I want to play on Nadam's computer. I don't want a magic adventure either," said Chip. "I think I know where it will be." "Where do you think it will be?" asked Kipper. "Storm Castle," said Chip. "Oh no," said Wolf. "I don't think we're going to like this adventure. Storm Castle is full of danger." "It's a good job Nadam is with us," said Biff. The magic didn't take them inside the castle. It took them to a desert. Storm Castle was in front of them. "Why didn't the magic take us inside the castle?" said Wolf. "And where's Nadam?" asked Chip. "Oh no, giant robots," said Wolf. "Run for it." The children ran as fast as they could. The robots were not very fast, but there were lots of them. We'll have to get into Storm Castle," said Biff. "Come on." The children saw a bridge. It was the only way to the castle. "This is the way in," said Wolf. "The robots can't get across it." "I hope it's safe," said Chip. "It's a long way to fall." Suddenly, the bridge began to open in the middle. "Jump for it," called Chip. If it opens too much, you won't get across." Biff and Kipper ran as fast as they could. Then they jumped across. Wilf was still on the other side. The gap was getting wider and wider. "Come on, Wilf," called Biff. "You can do it. Run as fast as you can and jump. We'll grab you." Wilf ran and jumped. "Hooray! He's made it!" shouted Kipper. The gate of the castle was closing. It was getting lower and lower. The children ran as fast as they could. Chip ran to the gate and rolled under it. "Come on," he shouted. "We don't want to be shut out of the castle." They got under the gate just in time. Then it shut with a loud clang. Beef didn't like the adventure much. It was hard work. "It's not there," he said. "This isn't the dam's adventure, and it's not even here." The children came to the 3 doors. They didn't know which one to open. "I think we should go through this one," said Wilf. "It looks like a keyhole." He pushed the door and it began to open. "Come on, let's go through," he said. The door shut and they found themselves in a room full of mirrors. Each mirror made them look a funny shape. In one mirror, they looked fat and round. In another, they looked long and thin. In another, they had funny-shaped heads. The mirrors made them look so funny that they all laughed and laughed. "I've got an enormous head and a little teeny body," laughed Wilf. I hope we don't go on looking like this," said Chip. "Think what Mom and Dad would say." Keeper looked in one mirror, but he couldn't see anything. "That's funny," he said. "Come and look at this mirror, everyone. It doesn't work." "It isn't a mirror," laughed Chip. "It's a doorway." In the doorway was a monster. Beef and Chip and Wilf were frightened. They ran away, but Keeper didn't. He wasn't frightened at all. He had always wanted to have an adventure with monsters in it. And this monster didn't look very frightening. The monsters tried to frighten Keeper. It jumped up and down and yelled, "Arg! Arg!" Keeper yelled back. "Aren't you frightened?" asked the monster. "Not at all," said Keeper. "I've always wanted to meet a monster like you." The monster was friendly. He told the children that they had to go through a maze. "What maze?" asked Keeper. The monster showed them a map of the maze. He showed them how to go through it. "Don't get lost," said the monster. The children went into the maze. Soon they came to a dead end. "I think we went wrong at the last turn," said Biff. "We'll have to go back." We'll remember the monster's map. "I think I know which way to go," he said. "Follow me." The children came to a hall with squares on the floor. Some of the squares had numbers on them. There was a doorway at the end of the hall, but it was high up in the wall. "How do we get up to that door?" asked Skipper. "I wish the jam was here," said Biff. "He'd know." The children had to cross the numbers and stand for an empty square. The right one would take them up to the door. The wrong one would drop them through the floor. "How do we know the right square?" asked Chip. Suddenly Beef said, I know which one it is. Beef began to cross the floor. It's this way, she said. This way the square added up to 6. This way, how do you... I don't get it, said Chip. How do you know this way leads to the right square? All the rest added up to 15, said Biff. I still don't get it, said Chip. Biff was right. The square lifted the children up to the door in the wall. Chip looked at the floor. I see, he said. All squares added up to 15, whichever way you cross them. Only one way added up to 6. Mind you don't fall, said Biff. They came to a new room. A nasty-looking robot began to come towards them. Help, said Keeper. It's going to get us. The robot came closer. That's funny, said Chip. It's just like one of Nadam's toys. Suddenly, Chip began to laugh. I'm not frightened of this robot, he said. Come on, everyone, he called. Help me to push. He ran up to the robot and gave it a push. The others helped. The top of the robot began to open. Look who's inside, shouted Skipper. Nadam was sitting inside the robot. That was clever of you, Chip, he said. How did you know I was inside here? Because you wrote a story about this robot at school, said Chip. Well done, Chip, said everyone. The magic key glowed and the adventure was over. Nadam was sorry. It was fun being the master of Storm Castle, he said. We had to go through the castle and you didn't, said Biff. You can put your computer away and we'll have a game of football.